My relationship with the feminine itself over the last few years. I do feel like breathwork was a big catalyst for me to like learn it. I think before that, I don't even know that I knew about it. Like I was working 60-hour work weeks in the film industry and just not even tapped in to any of that. Breathwork definitely just the ability to slow down and give yourself permission. I think a lot of like my feminine energy that I'm working on is like giving myself permission.
Welcome to the Born Creators Podcast, the show where we color outside the lines, leave the boxes behind, and reclaim our birthright as creators of our own lives. If you're ready for a reset, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Tony, an intuitive channel, guide, and artist, and today I'm here with the Casey Michelle. Ooh, ooh.
Hey,
Hey,
happy to be here. Thanks for
happy to
having
have you.
me.
Happy to have you.
Yes.
Casey is an accomplished entrepreneur, a breathwork instructor, a brand architect dedicated to helping people remove fight or flight from their body and their businesses. We need to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
She is the owner of the Exhale, an intimate and earthy virtual breathwork studio, as well as the co-founder of Connected Camping, Atlanta's most heartfelt camping experience. Casey is a content creator, but really a storyteller and an overall multi-hyphenate creative badass in a
Hey, that's
uh,
not my name. That was like the best bio I've heard about myself, I think. Like,
period.
wait a minute. You might have to
Yes.
send me that. I might need that one
I'm
for
gonna
the
send it.
website. I'm like,
Yeah, I got you.
that was
You know.
great. Thank you. Wow. I'm flattered and honored to be in your
Yeah.
presence.
I'm
Wow.
honored to be here with you and
Yeah.
welcome to Born Creators. Confession, when I came up with this concept, only a few people like immediately came to mind that really embody what this is, and you were one of them. Yeah. And
Me?
you, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I have shoes to fill now, but let's get it.
No, it's just, speaking truth. You definitely embody what this show is about. And
Mhm.
essentially, it's about creator consciousness, which might feel lofty or spiritual, but ultimately, it's about, do you trust that you can shape your day-to-day reality? And a lot
Mhm.
of us have been programmed to feel like we literally cannot do that because bills,
Because bills.
because time.
Because,
Because
yeah,
what your mama
constructs.
had said at one time when you was five, how you can't do nothing
Yes.
right. And
Yep.
so, you
Yes.
just feel small. You feel like you feel like you don't have agency or sovereignty over your life. And I lived in that mode for a lot of my life. It wasn't what I wanted. I knew there was more out there, but I did not know how to trust myself enough to say no to things, to break out of specific molds that I had placed myself in, to try to feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
And something tells me you know about that.
I do know a thing or two about that. I definitely know all about like the resilience and faith to keep trusting yourself and trusting the process, universe, whatever word you want to insert. But I realize how much faith it takes to continue this path that I'm on. And some days it is tested, but
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. And I would actually just love to talk about that because, and I feel myself already getting emotional. It's because it's Pisces season. It needs to go on
it's
pink in the
all
air.
allowed.
I'm
Everything's
ready
allowed.
for Aries season. Like, let's
I'm
go.
not. I'm loving it. I'm like, no, no, no. I don't want the fire yet. I just want to cry and sleep.
Mm-mm. No, but that's beautiful. Talk to us about how you move through your personal blocks and challenges as someone who is highly visible
Mhm.
and someone who people likely place on a pedestal. You're a breathwork instructor, you hold a lot of space for people, you're a leader in your community, and that means that unfortunately, sometimes people will view you
Mm-hmm.
as perfect or infallible, or she has all the tools. She got the breath work.
Mm-mm.
How is she supposed to have a bad day? Why is she
Mm-mm.
sad? She got it
Right.
together. So
She's
talk
creating
to
her
us
own
about,
days.
yeah.
Ugh. Well, this is funny. I feel like I'm about to get emotional
Let's just cry.
because the whole podcast is just us crying. Well, yes, for first and foremost, a lot of people I do feel like perceive me in this like she has it all together. I feel like even sometimes my family feels that way, and I'm like, y'all check on me. Somebody check on me. Um, but in all transparency, in this season of my life, it's been honestly the total opposite. Like I have been off with my routines. Like I feel like as of the last week, I've been like, okay, we need to take care of Casey. Not even because I've been like, I'm trying to think. I'm like, have I been holding a lot of space for a lot of people? I think this year has been just kind of about my emotional body, actually. I really haven't been holding that much space for people, but I just the things that I practice or things that I preach, I'm like really learning that I have to practice a lot. And we're not gonna cry. We I've just kind of realized like there was a chapter in my life where I was very much practicing what I preached all the time. And it was like circulating into my business and into my life and all of that kind of like built on itself, if that makes sense. Like the more I took care of me, the more my business took care of itself, the more my everything just felt kind of a little bit more like balanced. But I've noticed this year is very testing on my emotional body, and just like my identity and who I am and who I'm becoming. And I'm like, wow, I have to remember to breathe. Like I have to literally do the thing that I tell everybody to do. And I think, yeah, when you start to like hold space for people, it's been like 5 or 6 years now doing this. Yeah, it's an interesting one when your business is your like what would I call breath work? Like I don't know, like my superpower for me. Like the thing that I need for me is also what I'm like my business. So yeah, over the years I feel like in the last year it started to like get kind of difficult to balance like my routine and what I need and filling my cup up and then also like helping others. And then yeah, just all the different pursuits that I have, even like helping people with their business. Like I just kind of my creativity was just exploding, but like my emotional heart space was like, wait, girl, wait, what about us? So I do not have it all together. I just did my first like 45-minute breathwork session yesterday since like I want to say October. And I used to do an hour like every day, which all sounds insane because everybody's like, what do you mean? An hour? Most people are doing 10 and 15, and that's great. I want to just say that. I hope no one hears that and they're like, I'm not doing anything. Everybody's doing great. But there was a chapter in me where I was learning about breathwork through the experience. It was a lot more than just reading books and watching videos. It was like me doing it made me a better instructor. And so we're trying to get back to that as the seasons change, as we get out of this long, long winter. This is a long-winded answer, but that
Not
is.
long-winded. It's beautiful. And I feel like it's very important for people to understand that even people who are of service, they are exemplifying these like well-being principles. They understand breath work. You're still
Mhm.
human. You are a person
I
with a
am
heart,
human. Yes, for sure.
emotions, you have needs. You have an inner child who wants to be hugged and
Mhm.
nurtured and nourished. And
Mhm.
when I say I feel you, I
Yeah.
feel you so deeply. Like
Yes.
there
It's
are parts, yeah, go ahead.
sorry, my bad. I was just gonna say it's ironic. I feel like I'm viewed as like a very hard worker and I'm good at work and I'm a Capricorn and all that, manifesting generator. But this year is like about working on the internal stuff. Like it's nothing externally. Like it's not about the social media this year. I feel like it's like no, there's some deep work that needs to be worked on and not just like the to-do list and
Absolutely.
then serving people and all that kind of stuff. What were you gonna say though? I feel like I cut you off.
No, okay. It's just about that balance, right? Because
Hmm.
when you have been brave enough to build a business of Casey, honestly, You are a breathwork instructor. People need that support, but ultimately, what attracts them is you, your aura, your energy, and what you emanate. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I would suspect that the more you take care of yourself and find balance within yourself, not necessarily through rigid routines that
Mm-hmm.
that you started out with, the more you're going to magnetize the right people to you and sustain your
Right.
business. So it might seem like on the surface, like, you know, you're not as focused on the hardcore building,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to remember, especially as women, this is the work for real.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's also what's happening. I'm like really, it's not that I've like not been in my feminine at all, but it's almost like I'm being like forced to be in it. And I'm like, I'm not comfortable. Like, I have to cry every day. Like, I'm tired of crying. Um, no, I'm actually not. I feel like it's a lot of built up things that need to come out. So I'm here for all of that. But yeah, I think there has just been this kind of like autopilot drive that I didn't realize I was in. And life is like, mm-hmm, time to change the recipe. Can't keep doing that. Can't just keep filling voids or distracting yourself or yeah, it's just time to get back to like the basics. That's how it
Absolutely.
feels right now for me. Like,
Yeah.
let's just simplify. And it is tough to like show up sometimes in those spaces because I'm like, man, I can't really show up online and hold space and do the things. Like I can feel like my business and my energy are so correlated. It is crazy. Like I I can feel it. Like even business has been not horrible, but just like kind of medium, I guess, this year. And I'm like, it's totally because of how what I'm like, processing
Mhm.
internally. But
Mhm.
there's like years and times and chapters where I'm like booming with energy and like I can feel it on me and then I can see it in everything. It's so correlated. It's crazy. Like as a woman business owner, that is a real thing.
That is very fascinating. And it brings up a question that we've talked about personally. I guess I should mention how Casey and I know each other.
I'm
We
just
just
some
went
girl
right
that
in,
teaches breath
honey.
work. I know we did.
No, I love that. Like, get right
Oh
to the
my
point.
God.
So, Casey is the co-founder of Connected Camping. I found Connected Camping in 2023 when I was crashing out in a very rough point of life where I was very isolated, processing a lot of energy. I felt like I couldn't sustain anything, actually. I was definitely in maybe a version of what you might be moving through now. And I found it on TikTok. I showed up by myself, and the rest is really history.
Yeah.
I saw Casey like weeks after one of the camps at a farmer's market, and I was like, I
Oh
know the
yeah.
universe has my back enough to connect me to the right people. Like I don't ever try to meet people or get
Mm-hmm.
more deep in relationships; they just appear. So
Mm-hmm.
the universe plopped you there. I was like, dang, okay. Don't be lame. Go say hey.
That's
And
right. I forgot about that. That was really
yeah,
cute.
that was like a while ago.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's how we connected. And so I've seen your public projection, right? And
Mm-hmm.
your image. And it's beautiful. You're a beautiful person, a beautiful spirit. And now I'm getting to know you more as like the day-to-day Casey. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not that they're not the same person. It is the same person, but there's just layers to you,
Totally. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And one thing we've talked about, just when we connect and we kiki is like our feminine versus our masculine energy. And
Mm-hmm.
you always point out, you're like, I feel like you're always, picking flowers and frolicking.
You really are. Like you remind me like, wow, you don't have to like do anything. Like you're just like, and I say that in the best way, like, because I am so like, there's so much masculine energy in my household when I grew up, and brothers and like all that kind of energy. So when I see you just, yeah, today I'm just gonna pick flowers. I'm like, that's all. We can do that. We're allowed to do that. Like, I like am so inspired by that. You have no idea.
That is so funny because I'm inspired by you. It's like the yin and the yang and the
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
you're attracted to parts of yourself that are less developed. So,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely operated in my masculine energy from a distorted perspective for years,
Mm-hmm.
breaking into advertising and then working at the biggest tech company in the world and just not being
Yeah.
my actual self to do it,
Mm-hmm.
burning myself out, definitely wasn't taking no breaths, just
She was just going.
just
Just
gone, just
just autopilot. Just
autopilot,
going.
just honestly suffering at a certain point and then
Mm-hmm.
breaking down, crashing out, quitting. The rest is history. You know the story.
Yeah.
And so I was definitely forced into more of my feminine energy because what I was doing was not working.
Mm-hmm.
And now my soul and spirit is calling me to become more integrated. So
Mm.
went back to a 9 to 5, one that is better and more
Let's
spacious
go.
and
Yeah.
more values aligned with me.
Yes, we love
So I
that.
can pay my rent. You know what I'm saying? I'm a tourist.
It's the simple things. It's the simple
My
things.
house.
She's got
And
her plants happy around her. She's good.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I need to reintegrate my masculine energy in a healthy way so that I can,
Mm.
you know, rest, receive, be in that void space that women we need to be in those cycles that are,
Yeah.
some would call chaotic, but it's really just nature. We are literally nature embodied.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
yeah, so talk to me about
totally.
your relationship with the feminine.
Ooh. Ooh. This is like kind of right on time because not to shamelessly promo, but am making a 3 month little container for women in wellness business so that we can have this soft but strong thing going on. We can embody it together. When I think about me as a woman with my like balance of feminine and masculine, it's always been just like I have this like grounded, I don't know, whatever we want to call this. Yeah, kind of tomboyish way sometimes. But what? I am sensitive. Yeah, I guess my relationship with the feminine itself over the last few years, I do feel like breathwork was a big catalyst for me to like learn it. I think before that, I don't even know that I knew about it. Like I was working 60-hour work weeks in the film industry and just not even tapped in to any of that. So I will say like breathwork definitely just the ability to slow down and give yourself permission. I think a lot of like my feminine energy that I'm working on is like giving myself permission. Like again, like can I go frolic? Is that okay? Like yes, you can. You're allowed to do that. Like that's fine. That'll actually help everything. Like seeing how it can feed the masculine areas I'm so comfortable and used to. I think is kind of the chapter I'm in now is just like realizing there's there's kind of no lack there. But it's always just been interesting because I've always felt like I am not ambiguous because that's not what we're gonna say, but just like I can really dance in the dualities very well. Like I've had a lot of guy friends, I've had brothers, still have a lot of guy friends. Um, but
No,
yeah,
they're just gone.
I know I'm like I don't have any of them anymore. But I also have this like sensual, sweet, shy side of me as well. That yeah, I don't know. I kind of love the integration I'm creating. I'm not gonna say I've like hit master form yet, but in the last few years of breath work, of like flow, of learning that yielding is really how I get ahead. When I slow down, I actually save time. Has been kind of my little mantra. Do I always abide by it? No. I think I've been still getting to know that feminine part of me. And she's like changing. I don't know if you feel that way, but like I think I like know her and then we turn 31 or we get in our 30s and I'm like, whoa, she's different. She's not 26. Like 26 was van life girl. She was like wild child, wild woman. And now I'm like, I like nice things and I want my nails done. It's very interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something you have to accept when you accept your feminine energy, which
Yeah.
everyone has feminine energy. I mean, I
Right.
think we still have to say that.
Yeah.
Just like everyone has masculine energy.
Yeah.
And it's something that I'm still grappling with is the wildness of it.
It
The
is wild.
it's
I
untamable
was just gonna say that
ultimately.
word.
Yeah.
It's not tameable. And I think sometimes that can feel, I don't know. I mean, it's just the opposite of like rational and logistical, right? It's just like this wild, uncontrollable, beautiful thing. But giving yourself permission to be in it also and not shamed for it, I think is what I'm growing into. Because there's just so many, yeah, there's just so many sides to the feminine. Like it's not just the soft, like feminine is also strong. And I think that's like where I'm kind of at. I'm like, well, feminine, she's a warrior too, you know?
We should talk about that because you know how the internet is. I feel like it takes a rich, complex, nuanced, layered topic and it flattens it into
Yes.
a meme or something that can be sold,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
So feminine has now become something you buy. And it's
right. Isn't that
soft,
crazy?
soft life. Like, oh, to be feminine, I need to buy. Nate, help me out. What are things that you've seen that
Oh,
people are
I don't
saying?
even. Yeah, I mean, just like the skincare. I even think there's this like, I mean, there's the tangible things like baths and skincare and softness in your house and romanticize your life, which like I'm here for that also. I'm not against those things, but I think also feminine can look like saying no and like standing up for yourself and like setting boundaries and like having an opinion. I don't know. I don't know if that's my like defiancy
No, no, no.
because
I think it's
I
being,
have that in me for sure too.
yeah,
But I don't think it's about submitting to every single thing around you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
no,
sometimes it gets painted as like just submit, submit, submit. I'm like,
no, no,
that's not how
no,
that works.
no, no, no.
That's not.
Don't get me going on that.
That's what I'm saying. I know we've talked a little bit about that, but
Yeah,
yeah, no,
that's been distorted.
very
Submission
much so.
and yielding and no, it's the feminine leads. The
Yes, and this is
feminine
what I realized in the
leads.
last year.
Yes.
Yes, the feminine truly does. I mean, I think that's like a hot take. I think a lot of people think it's the masculine. The masculine holds a container.
Yeah. And that's great. We need containers. I love a container. Okay, contain me.
Contain me. But I'm gonna lead
But
where this container, how it
how
feels in
are
this
you the
container.
leader? And this is not a freaking gender war thing. We
It's
don't
really
do
not.
any
Let's
more
not
of
make it that
that.
podcast.
We're,
It's
we're not
not
going
one
to
of
use our
those.
podcast mics for gender wars because
Oh my God, no. No, no, no. Please
that's not
no.
a good use of our
No, that
time.
is
But
not the intention at all here.
at all. I will say though that it's been revealed to me. I always say revealed because it's beyond me that
I love that.
when you own your feminine energy, you expand your vision. You go into the void, you go into the unknown, and that
Hmm.
is where the next steps come from. They don't
Mm.
come from the mind.
Right. Yeah, it's
So
not a
that's what
mental thing.
Yeah, that's where I say feminine is the leader because you can see before it's visible. You can feel before it's actually present.
Right.
So I'm going
Yeah.
to trust that over the other
Anything
one.
else. Yeah. Yeah. Not me flipping it, but just to ask you, because it's a conversation.
It is.
When do you feel like the safest in your feminine? Is there a certain like activity or environment or anything? Yeah. That makes
Mm,
you like
mm, mm.
just this little girl.
At this stage in life, I feel the safest in my feminine in nature
Mm.
and with the trees and the flowers. Casey, went to I went to the Carter Center. I know this is so random, but
Let's hear it.
yesterday I had a beautiful healing session with a friend and I was processing my emotions and I was feeling vulnerable, right? And open
Hmm.
and didn't have any human to call in that capacity. And I was
Hmm.
like, I really need to find me a park.
Hmm.
Don't want to go too far. And so I end up just pulling into the Carter Center. I live pretty close to it
Hmm.
here in Atlanta. And I thought I would just like walk around a little bit, look at some trees. Why did I have a whole ass Alice in Wonderland, Dora the Explorer ass experience where I
Yes.
discovered this beautiful pond and all of these cherry blossom trees?
Oh
It's
my
like
gosh. I have to
there's
go.
a labyrinth behind the actual Carter Center buildings of like nature and beauty. And I was like, I literally started crying. I was like, I'm so blessed. I am so loved. Like,
I love that. I actually now want to go.
I just felt very held in
Hmm.
that moment. Like,
Yeah.
all I had to do was surrender to the fact that, like, I need some support right now.
Yes.
And it found me in the most
Oof.
interesting way.
Yeah, no, I love that because funny enough, today I woke up like I am craving nature. Like I need I need her. I need him, all of
Need
it.
that. I need that.
All of it. And I was me being a Capricorn structure and things, but I was like, I think every Friday I'll make it like nature day and
Yes.
just
Come on, Capricorn.
I know,
Put
I
it on
know.
the
I have to
calendar.
structure even feminine things. It's crazy. But I'm like, the Nature Fridays, like maybe I'll just, because I can just get caught up as a business owner and just, yeah, forget to put my feet in some grass. So I love that. I need a moment like that where it's just like, for real, the exhale, like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'm
I
held by
feel
these
like
trees.
it's so funny. You're like, yeah, you just frolic and look at flowers. And I was like, that's not true, but I did that yesterday for real. I did that. And it was
You
great.
did that. You did that. I guess just because I see you also on the Beltline, just like having a great time, just frolicking.
No, let's
Remind you
talk
that that's
about
what
it.
it always
I
looks
I
like.
have run into Casey at least 3 times on the Beltline
Yeah, I think
and
so.
here in Atlanta, where all the
Hmm.
people are, child, everybody
Hmm.
and their mother,
Hmm.
and
And their strollers and their
their stroller
dogs.
and their skate and their bike. And every single time Casey is running her ass off, and she sees me just like strolling, walking around, taking pictures.
Just like in this total other energy that I'm like, now why can't I just do that? Like, why do I feel like I don't know. I just love
We're a
it though.
generator. So
Yeah,
human design is a helpful tool because it helps us own our individuality.
this is true.
I don't have the energy to do much else, okay? Now I'm
I love that.
challenging that. I'm stretching myself. I know I can move more, but like running is not my bag. A long
Mhm.
stroll, absolutely. And that actually
Yeah.
really helps me, I would say, sink into my softness and just
Hmm.
knowing that I don't have to go super hard beyond my capacity.
Hmm.
I feel like you have a lot of energy and you know how to work with it, and you're just, maybe wanting a bit more rest. And that's beautiful.
Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. I absolutely am wanting just like deep, and not even like sleep, but just like rest. Just,
Like, yeah,
just
yeah.
I don't, yeah, I don't even have like an example of what that is, but I know what it feels like my emotional body to just rest. Yeah,
So
just be.
what does that, you just said you don't know what that looks like, but can you, what,
Well, I
what do
guess
you
what
think
comes to my
rest
head
would
when I
be?
think about it is like being in the hammock in the middle of the forest. It's just like no one looking at me, no one analyzing me, no one trying to figure me out. Because nature doesn't judge. Like nature never judges. There's no straight lines in nature, Like there's just not really. If you think hard, there probably is. But in general, it's just like a perfectly imperfect place that you could just be. So that's like the visual that comes to my head. It's just like to just
Yeah.
to just be, to just like not have the sense of time also pressured on me. I think that's been a element that I've been like dealing with, just some form or fashion, just time. But yeah, you are right. I definitely, yeah, I just am who I am. I can run off of 5 hours sleep. It's not okay sometimes, but it's great other times. Or I don't know, get all the to-do list done in
Yeah.
a day. Like that's what I wake up and want to do. It's just, I don't know, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I have to
That's,
embody that.
yeah, own that. You
Yeah.
are Capricorn stellium, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Okay.
But I think I'm a Libra moon for anyone who doesn't know.
You like,
And
don't forget the Libra now.
don't forget, and the Pisces rising. And I think this year is like, no, no,
Oh,
no. All that Capricorn stuff, that's cute. But we getting into these other signs. And I'm like, okay. Because the Pisces is really out this year.
I did not know you were a Pisces.
Rising.
Dang. I
Yeah.
would not have guessed,
I
honestly.
wouldn't have guessed either. I don't really see it. But then I guess when I think about breath work and like what I do, I
Mm,
can kind of see it a little bit, like
yeah.
the esotericness of it. But I don't know. I think I just give so much earth. But yeah, there's a little drop, a little
A
bit of
little
water,
drop of
a
water.
little
Just
water,
a drop.
just a little.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
And Pisces is really about the subconscious and the void and like
Hmm.
not super grounded in
Yeah.
terms of like dense. I feel like
Yeah.
Pisces is about flow and
Right.
the
That's been the
unknown and the
word of the month.
unseen. Yeah.
I'm learning how to flow. Which, yeah, with all this earthiness, with all this, I won't say rigidity, but with all this structure and all this like strength, like learning to flow within it is kind of where I'm at. But yeah, we are embodying that all the way, the flow. We are leaning into it. I won't say we've mastered it or we've embodied it, but we are learning too. We are definitely learning too. So you will probably still see me running on the belt line, but I will then lay in the park and just be.
I'm so excited for Casey 2.0, 3.0.
Oh man.
Catch her
10.0,
on a
I don't even
hammock,
know.
honey. Don't ask her no questions.
Please don't. I
Let
think
her
that's the
rest.
other thing of the perception is that like because I'm a community leader in person, I'm seen as like very, I mean, I can be extroverted, but
I
I
can see that you're not.
I was gonna say
I
I think
clocked
people
you. I
really
clocked you.
yes, I was gonna say if you know, you know. And I think I love hosting and I do love community spaces. I think in my human design it says farmers markets are like my environment. Like I love that energy of a farmers market or something similar to that. But I just some days want no one to look at me or ask me anything or talk to me at all. Because I am, and I'm not Beyonce, but I am like seen a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be seen.
This is hilarious. And this is why it's so important to have real conversation because,
Hmm.
if I were to just evaluate you based on social media, I would assume you love it. You love to be seen.
No, I don't. But yeah, on and fair, like so fair. Like I looks and seems, and you would think like, okay, connected camping, everything she does, like hosting retreats, she just loves people. And it's not that I don't love people, but like Chile. I've been saying lately, like, well, this year I want to take a lot more solo trips for one. I just want to be with Casey and hang out with her. And then, yeah, I just want like 3 days where my phone's just off and
Yeah.
no one can reach me. That is like the current craving. And I'm just in that hammock in the forest.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And I want that for you because I think it's powerful to build out loud, to
Hmm.
vocal, to show yourself and share your voice. And you've done that. You've mastered that. You know it.
Yeah.
And now you get to retreat when and where you want. And
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong with that. You're not gonna miss out on anything. And if anything, your energy is just going to recharge and get even stronger, and you're going to be even more magnetic. So,
Yeah. I think that's what I'm learning to remember because I think there is something in me that's like, oh no, like I can't afford, but like, yeah, like I have to tend to that too, but it's like, it's gonna get even better if you tend to this. And I think that also comes back to that whole like receiving
absolutely.
wound, you know? I think it's correlated. I am not always trying to be out and about and seen and all that. And I've learned that I sometimes even feel obligated some spaces to do it. And I think I'm in my feminine, like, no, actually, I'm
Mm,
just gonna go home
mm, yeah,
and enjoy my bed. And that's okay too.
mm,
Doesn't make me any less than a community leader.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like that is the theme of this beautiful conversation is owning who you are, pulling your
Hmm.
energy back when you need to,
Hmm.
and recharging and resetting so that you can be an even more powerful business owner, creator,
Hmm.
space holder, all the things. All of those things are not going to change, but you need you. You need.
Yes, very much so, because it gets cloudy. It gets very cloudy. I think even too, the last thing I'll say about receiving is just like so many people do like praise me or say really nice things, and I get really sweet messages. But I think it's my like time to really like believe them for me, like without that external, it's like, okay, but like how does Casey feel about Casey? Like she needs her, instead of any external validation or anything like that, or any image to keep up with or any of that. Cause I've been guilty of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're learning to receive from ourselves.
Yeah. And on that note, if you could talk to little Casey, maybe choose your favorite age, maybe when you were 5, 6.
Mm-hmm. Five came to mind, so we'll go with
5, yeah, 5.
that.
We psychic, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
intuitive Tony doing her thing.
so think of 5-year-old Casey. What would you tell her? What would you talk to her about?
Don't make me cry, Tony. I'm immediately like about to cry. Because I don't think I've like sat with her in a little bit too. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, little 5-year-old Casey. Oh, what would I tell her? I think, man, I would probably tell her for one to like loosen up, like have some fun and not take it so serious. Like, not that it's not that deep, because some of it is that deep, but some of it really isn't. And like the way that I just reflect on the last, yeah, I don't know, even decade, like how much energy, and it all happened the way it was supposed to. But I'm like, girl, like keep like you had that fun, spontaneous purity already. Like it's always been there. And yeah, I would just invite her to like embrace that more. Like there's nothing wrong with not knowing. There's nothing wrong with like being curious. There's nothing wrong with looking stupid also. I think that's something as I've gotten older, I've been like too embarrassed to not look cool or not know something. I'm like, it's fine to not know anything. Or not, understand something fully. Yeah, I would tell her to just I mean, she was playful. But I was just a little Capricorn girl, so I was also kind of serious. Like my mom was
Serious about
like,
play.
yeah, right. My mom was always like saying that I just would be doing my own thing. I was just independent out the womb. But yeah, I would just be like, girl, it's
Mm,
it's all really okay. Um, and yeah, just remember that as you get older, like you can still be this version of you at any time. And you don't need anyone outside of you to like tap into that. You can be her. She's always there. No, not me about to write a letter to my inner child. No, I'm like, I think I
I
have some
think you
things I need to
should. I
say.
think you should.
Because I feel like I want to tell her so much. But that's kind of the gist of just like,
Mm,
you're actually doing great. You're actually right where you're supposed to be.
yeah.
And yeah, like you're just so much more supported than you even know. Like beyond an external way, just like in a universal way.
Mm,
Like it's yeah. And play, girl, play. Have
yeah.
fun. Embrace everything. The flaws, the embarrassment, the silliness, the not knowing. Like keep that same energy as you get older.
Were we the same child? That spoke to me. That spoke to me
Really?
so deep. My God.
Well, I'm glad because I needed to hear it and it
Oh
almost made me
no.
cry. I'm like, wow. The
Oh,
way that I think just adults and as we grow older, we just want to like hold on and control things. And it's like,
mm,
that is not how something grows. You have to let it go
yeah.
and like trust, 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 trust. You can trust yourself.
Yes. Thank you for that. And
Mm-hmm.
for everyone listening, sit with your 5-year-old self and just talk to that version of you and
Mm-hmm.
just invite them into your world now. Talk to them. Sometimes I talk to my inner child when I'm working because I can feel her being like, why are you working?
Like, we need to go outside. What
We're
are you
we're
doing?
supposed to be playing. What is oh,
I
I
will
think
say
I
lately, maybe not five, but some type of inner child has been popping out every now and again. But I do feel like I need to like apologize to her. As you asked that, I'm like, we got a conversation we need to have. I'm like, I'm sorry I haven't been like appreciating you.
Mm,
Anyway,
it's obviously not too late. It's never too late.
it's never too late.
Have,
Never too late.
thank you so much, Casey. This conversation has been beautiful. I'm realizing we have so much more in common than I
We
even
do.
thought.
I know. I'm like, girl, What? We need to chat it up more.
We do. We do.
Need to join you on these
Off
frolics.
camera. Yes,
Yes,
we have some frolicking and flower picking to do. But
please.
I have one final question for you. What is a creator to you?
That's a big question that I don't think I've ever really sat with. That's a great question. A creator to me, I think what I'm just gonna like talk from my heart mind. I don't have a thought out all the way fleshed out answer. But when I think of what a creator is, it is like intuition just comes to my body. Like it is moving naturally through you. Like I think a creator, sometimes we can't even explain it, but we know it.
Mhm.
It's just this like intuitive force or intuitive channel or process that runs through you just naturally. For the most part, I think a creator in all facets and all forms is somebody that has that like connection to a deeper thing than just the external, like God, universe, whatever you want to say that is. But I do think it is having this channel in you that is just it's just a natural flow state thing. That's kind of what comes to mind when I think about myself as a creator, as you or anyone, even the universe as a creator itself. Like it's just this natural occurring process.
Ooh, I felt that.
I don't, yeah, I hope
I
that
got
made
the
sense. It
tingles.
made
I
sense
got
to
the
me.
soul tingles. Like, ooh, thank
I hope
you
that
for
made
that.
sense. Yes.
It makes all the sense in the world.
Okay. Because
Thank
sometimes I just be talking and I'm like, I know what it meant, but does anybody else?
you. Like, look, I'm feeling it. So,
Y'all get it? Because I got it. I don't
you're
know.
right. Keep up.
Right, right. I'm trying.
That's incredible.
Oh, this has been so fun. Thank you for this
So much fun.
conversation.
Yes, I'm so
And
grateful.
yeah, thank you for allowing me to talk about the more human side of my life and life itself. And yeah, allowing me to just share my story.
Where can people find you, find your work, and hear about your upcoming events?
Yes, I'm Casey Michelle on pretty much all platforms. It's underscore Casey Michelle underscore. YouTube, Instagram. I'm not really a TikTok girly, but you can go hang out there. You can go find me. I don't know. I just feel old on that app, but but yes, and as well as, if you're in Atlanta or you need an excuse to travel, we have Connected Camping happening this year on July 12th. So that will be a immersive community adult camping experience that you can check out. So you can follow Connected Camping as well online. And yeah, I'm here for it all. One-on-one breathwork sessions. If you're a wellness business owner and you're like, I need some help, or you just need to drop in on your own time, the Exhale is a breathwork app. Just waiting for you. Just waiting. Just standing by. The Exhale app.
That conversation with Casey was so, so beautiful. It's very clear that there's a shift towards feminine leadership, and I could not be more excited about that. If you enjoyed this conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and rate Born Creators on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And be sure to connect with us on social. You can follow the show at borncreators.project on Instagram. And you can follow me, your host, at Intuitive Tony with an I. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, remember, you are a born creator.